will not be available because it's not an external object that has been brought inside Unreal Engine content browser as an FBX. So if it was the case, then you will see this. Then you will see this, and you can re-import it again if you want. If you have made some changes in the main mesh inside Max, and then you have exported into the same name, same location, then you can just right click and re-import, and it will re-import with the latest changes done in the mesh. Okay, so here when you click on edit, it will again open the static mesh editor, which you can also right click and click on this editor like this, and it will also open a static mesh editor. It will open a static mesh editor. You can also select an object and then go here in static mesh in detail panel, static mesh, and this column you can, if you double click on it, it will also open the static mesh editor. So basically there are three ways to open a static mesh editor. Select object in the viewport, right click, click on this, and then it will open a static mesh editor. Select the object into the content browser by right click, browse, and it's here. And now you can right click on it and click on edit, and this will open the static mesh editor. Or you can just select object, and here in a static mesh editor, this option, if you double click on it, it will open the static mesh editor again. So these are the ways where you can open a static mesh editor. Or you can also double click on the object itself, and it will open the static mesh editor. So double click on it, opens a static mesh editor. Double click here, opens a static mesh editor. Right click and then click on this, and it opens a static mesh editor. Or you can just right click over here and then you can click edit, and it will open static mesh editor. If you want to rename this, so you have to just click on this one and you can rename it here. Suppose you want to rename anything, so the name of that actor will be renamed after this. Or you can also press F2 and then name it as test box, and then it will be renamed. So it's a very handy tool. You can rename the name of any object by here, or you can also rename this object by selecting it here or in the viewport and then going here, and then you can change the name of this object. You can just change it to anything you want. So you just double click here and you will be able to change the name of that object, or just right click, rename, or just press F2 and rename. Or you can also go here and then right click, and then you will find an option to rename this. You see here, you can click on the rename, and I can rename it from here also. So these are the ways where you can rename any object of your scene that are like any asset of your scene. Again, right click on here, and then you will have to like duplicate it. Suppose you want to duplicate this object. After this, you can just right click on this and you can go ahead and click on duplicate. So Control W is for duplicate in Unreal Engine. So anytime you have to duplicate something, you have to select it and then right click, or just press Control W, and it will be, and this Control W duplicate will work in everywhere, in material, in content browser, in viewport, everywhere it will work as option to duplicate objects. So right click on duplicate, and this object will be duplicated, and you can also name it if you want. So again, right click here, and then you can just click on save. Suppose this one, it has been created and not been saved yet. So this streak mark, like a streak mark, this icon is the symbol or indication that this object is present in content browser, but it's not saved yet in the content browser locally. So it's not present in the hardware as of now because this icon is there. But if you right click on it and you can click on save, then it will save this object, but it will only save this object because we have selected it, right clicked it and saved this one. But if you go here in file and click save all, that means any modification, anything that we have done and that needs to be saved will be saved all together. So it's always better to go ahead in file and click on save all, or just press Ctrl Shift S as shortcuts for this. This is the best way to save in Unreal Engine. That way, anything, whether it's in viewport, whether it's in material, whether it's in a static mesh, whether it's on image, whether it's on content browser, everywhere any modification has been done will be saved by the help of Control Shift S or file and then save all. So rather than going ahead and saving anything manually, like if we have done 10 modification, we will have to go ahead and save them all individually if we right click and save. But if you go ahead and file, save all, boom, everything will be saved at once in one go. So I prefer this, and I will also recommend this way of saving things in Unreal Engine. So again, right click and then we have delete, so we can just delete by clicking delete button, or we can just click on this and it will delete from Unreal Engine. It will also say that this is being referenced by something and all those things, but you can just ignore it. You can also replace this before deleting with something else, or you can just force delete it and it will be deleted. So if I press Ctrl Z, this cannot be done. So anything that is being deleted from content browser cannot be redone, because this object that is there is present in the hard drive also locally, and then this is just the reference of that thing present on hard drive. So if we delete it from here, then it will also delete it from hard drive, and it will not even go to this container like recycle bin. It will just be deleted from your computer hardware, computer hard drive, and from here. So before you delete something from content browser, it should be noted that you are sure about deleting it, otherwise you will not be able to retrieve it back. So I will delete this from here. I will just drag and then drop it from the content browser because I have already deleted it, and I will just put it here same as earlier again. Okay, so now again I will press Ctrl Shift S to save everything, right click, and then here this asset action. This one has some important things to mention. This create blueprint using this is a very handy tool, but I will not cover it as of now. But this select actor using this asset is very helpful. That means if I drag and drop this for several times, like the same object is present in the scene more than once, right? And it may be somewhere else, and like it maybe it's a bench in a park where I have duplicated the bench, like I have put it in here and then I have duplicated it and I have made several copies of it. And for an instance, I want to select all the benches that I have created from this static mesh present in the content browser and select them all in the viewport. This tool is very handy. It's the asset action, and you click on select actor using this asset. That means everything in the scene that has been created from this one will be selected. So if you go here and I click on it, so you can see everything, like every instance of this object present in the scene will be selected. So this is a very handy tool. So I just go ahead and put this, and then again I put this, and again I put on this. And if I want to if I right click on it, select action, select everything using this asset, and then I delete it, everything will be deleted. So it's absolutely handy thing. Again, right click on it and then select action and this export. Suppose for an instance I want this object to export from inside Unreal Engine to a next new third-party application like Max, Blender, or Maya. So I can export it into FBX format. Okay, so I just right click on it and then go in asset action. I will click export, and you can see here it's like you can also export in OBJ, copy TD, like T3D. I don't know what this copy or T3D is, or like this third one, but this FBX and OBJ can be exported from here. So I will select this FBX, then I will go to desktop, and then I will click on this, and then it will give you these parameters like what you want. So I always prefer keeping them default. If you want, you can just select the FBX 2020, that will be better. Okay, and then click export, and when you minimize it, you'll find this object exported as FBX on the desktop. So I'll delete this. I will go again here. So this is the best way to export FBX or any object in FBX format from inside Unreal Engine to any other, like on your hard drive or on your PC, from where you can bring it in any application. This one is migrate. I will be covering this migrate feature later on, and this helps in migrating static meshes, objects from one Unreal project to another, and it's a very handful, like it's a very handy tool. Suppose I want, there is a static mesh like a bed is there in one project, and you want to bring that bed into your another project. So this is the way which you will be using to migrate things. It will be very helpful, and I will be showing you how to migrate objects from one project to another later on when we cover things in details. So at that time I will come here again, and then I will explain you this reload, reference, bulk edit, validate assets, and all these options I don't use. I have never used. Again, right click, asset location, I have never used this. And this show in folder view also, like I don't use often, and I don't think it's relevant and it's very useful. But this show in Explorer is very useful. I want to see the location of this asset present on my computer's hardware, where it is actually located, and it will be located on the hard drive as the format U asset. So I will just click on the show explorer, and you can see here inside this document, Unreal project, tutorial, content folder, merged actors, it's available here in U asset format. So anytime you want to find something on your hard drive, you can just right click on it and go ahead and click on show in folder, or sorry, explorer, and then you will see its location on your hard drive. So it's very handy tool. Copy reference, copy file path, these size map, audit, shader, cook, statistics I have never used, and I don't think it's relevant to architectural work inside an engine, so I will skip this. So now, since we have covered what we can create after right clicking in the content viewport, right click, like these are three important things, and then I can select right click on it, and then I can just use all these features like edit, rename, all these things, handy features. So let's go ahead and cover content browser in details. So let's start from here. Like if you go here in content browser and there is a plus add button, so we'll go ahead and click on this. After this, we can create add feature or content pack. It's very important. So when we are opening Unreal Engine, we see different templates available or present in Unreal Engine. Like let me show you. I will right click on here, open an editor, and you can, when I go here, I can see these templates and lots of templates available here. These templates, games like first person, puzzle, third person, top down, all these things. Recent project is not there, but these games, these templates, we can add them from here, like in content browser. Like after you are like working, while you are working inside a particular project, and after that, and you want to add a content feature pack, then you don't have to go ahead and create a new Unreal project and then migrate things from there to here. You can just get those or like template objects or things directly inside your project anytime you want by going here in plus add feature or content pack, and then you can find it like C++ creature content pack, and then you can go ahead and also add third person, top down, handheld, virtual reality, all these things. So just select any of these and just click add to project, and it will be added. So it is a very handy tool to add things inside your current, add things from the template into your current project at any point of time. After that, you can also import things like FBX or OBJ inside Unreal Engine, and you can also write like this one. This import is same as this one. So this is the import. This is not a datasmith import. So if you right click here, you will not be able to import a datasmith format, but also from here also will not be able to import. But if you have to import a datasmith, you will have to go here, and then you will content here, and you can import datasmith things from here, which I will be covering these menus later on in depth, so no worries. But as the point of mention, if you have to have any datasmith object, you can import from here. And if you have any FBX object on your hard drive and which you want to import, you can right click on here, import it from here, or from here you can click this and import it. Okay, So let's go. This is all save all, control shift L, and everything will be saved. This is just for save. And